So Elon Musk and Tesla are absolutely getting crushed today. Why? CES 2026, that's a consumer electronics show. And basically all these companies are coming out with stuff that is far beyond what Tesla is up to. These are your headlines in today. CES 2026 shows Tesla is the legacy company now, kind of like old news basically, with little hope of leading in anything. Now, I would actually push back because I think Tesla can lead in some things, and that would be basically false promises. This is for coming from Bloomberg. Tesla is swapping its EV crown for even more false promises. So basically, they're getting crushed in sales. Check this out. This is Jensen Huang of NVIDIA.
Okay, all right, come here. Now, one of the things that's really, you have Jetsons. They have little Jetson computers inside them. They're trained inside Omniverse. And how about this? Let's show everybody the simulator that you.
And so basically what you got Jensen out in his shiny jacket, tennis shoes, and showing off some gear. And this whole thing destroys Elon Musk's thesis because basically Elon Musk is rotating from cars and saying, oh, we're going to be a robotics and AI company. But there's already a lot of competition in that space, and you're getting crushed in cars. This is the news then today. Tesla's full 2025 data from Europe is in, and it is a total bloodbath. They're getting crushed in Europe. So you guys are doing your part in Europe. So I think you can do much better because the aggregate, the total is sales for Tesla are only down 27.8%. We got to bump that up to 100. Most of the countries, basically all of them except for one, sales are declining for Tesla. The only one that's positive is Norway. I think they have more tax credits and benefits for EVs as a whole because they promote that stuff. But if Norway ever decides to get rid of said credits, then Tesla's completely over in all of Europe. That's literally, I mean, you can see the numbers right there. Multiple countries are down big. You have these kind of headlines then. Tesla's Germany car sales dropped by almost half in December. And this is year over year. And I know the Tesla fanboys and fangirls, they'll be crying. It was, oh, no, everything's fine. It's just that people don't want to buy cars. I disagree. It's just they don't want to buy your car, the Tesla, because it's out of date. This even says here that basically BYD sales are going up, right? Tesla BYD killer sees record-breaking sales results in UK. On top of that, I want to show you a little bit more of what NVIDIA's Jensen Huang is up to. Let's have a watch.
LG over here, they just announced a new robot. Caterpillar, they've got the largest robots ever. That one delivers food to your house. That's connected to Uber Eats. And that's Surf Robot. I love those guys. Agility, Boston Dynamics. There's a sketch.
And the reason why this is important, guys, is he's showing look at all these different companies with robots and such. The way the Tesla fanboys and fangirls act like that. Elon Musk is the only person in the world and Tesla's the only company in the world. Good luck with that. And even at CES, I mean, I'm, constantly always surprised at new stuff that I see. I think some of the stuff, say food delivery, farming equipment, any number of things, and little robots, big robots, right? Robots that don't necessarily have to take the full humanoid thing is going to be the future. I don't disagree, actually. I think automation is just going to keep coming because that's what companies want, as we talk about several times on this channel. I think you guys kind of know it too. Also, they were showing this little robot here, and it's got kind of your AI, how can I say it, integrated in it. So you'll be able to ask it questions and stuff like that. And these things will become more and more useful as they go. And ultimately, there's going to be, how can I say, a moment when the stuff becomes affordable. Because I think right now, probably one of the holding back things of this would be, why I would say batteries, the power, all this stuff, because we need more electricity, materials to buy the stuff. Will the demand be there? But I think cost is going to be a big one. Can you make these things affordable? Now, Jensen's now going to talk about full self-driving, or we're going to call auto driving for his cars. So take a look at this.
And generate surround video that is physically based and physically plausible that the AI can now learn from. The ChatGPT moment for physical AI is nearly here. But the challenge is clear. The physical world is diverse and unpredictable.
And so what they were saying is you're getting close to where, the driving stuff or whatever, the AI, what do you say, the AI chat GPT moment, physical AI, I think is what they're referring to. Like the chat GPT moment, meaning that when everyone starts to pay attention is close. And that might be true. The big one though is going to be cost, because one, need to get the technology to work, and two, get the cost to be affordable. But NVIDIA getting into the game heavily really, really hurts Elon Musk and Tesla, because remember, Elon tries to tell you he's the only game in town, but he's getting crushed in sales on cars, tries to go to robots, and I wouldn't doubt NVIDIA. I mean, I wouldn't. I tested NVIDIA's Tesla full cell driver and competitor. Tesla should be worried 100%, right? And you got stuff like this, and this is why the stock has been moving down for Tesla. Tesla shares fall on market concerns about autonomous driving competition from NVIDIA. You also have this, Mobileye, which is yet more competition. Latest win is another rejection of Tesla's self-driving approach. And the biggest problem really with Tesla is they trying to do it cheap. Elon's cheap, cut corners, he doesn't care about safety. He's trying to do it cameras only. And all the other companies are like, you know what? We're going to put sensors in these things. We want to keep people safe. If we're going to do it, make sure it's safe. Take a look at what Jensen has to say about like when these things may be coming out.
But every single car will have autonomous vehicle capability. Every single car will be AI powered. And so the model layer in this case is Alfa Romeo, and the application above that is the Mercedes-Benz. Okay, and so this entire stack is our first NVIDIA entire stack endeavor. And we've been working on it for this entire time, and I'm just so happy that
So I knew they were doing something with this, but I didn't realize it was like, yo, you're gonna be able to buy it like pretty soon. The Mercedes CLA, and they said this is the 2025 here. Listen to hear some more about this.
the first AV car from NVIDIA is going to be on the road in Q1, and then it goes Europe in Q2, here in the United States in Q1, then Europe in Q2, and I think it's Asia in Q3 and Q4. And the powerful thing is that we're going to keep on updating it with next versions of Alfa Romeo and versions after that. This car just got rated. It just went to production. The Mercedes-Benz CLA was just rated by NCAP, the world's safest car.
So I think they're level 2 at the moment. I think the level 5, and when you talk about autonomous driving, would be like the full one where you don't need a human and the thing can drive in any condition. Level 4 is kind of where everyone's trying to race to where you can have it drive in certain conditions. I think that's how you describe it. But right now they're aiming. I think they're at level 2. That's where a lot of these things are, and they're probably going to get better if you're willing to spend the money and do the time and hire the right people, which I wouldn't necessarily doubt NVIDIA can do. I still think we're still a ways away, but the point I'm trying to make though is that Tesla's clearly not the leader in this stuff at all. And also I wanted to make the point, whenever I make these kind of videos, the Tesla people are always like, oh, Chris, you just hate technology and stuff like that. No, actually, I don't. I actually like technology quite a bit. That's why I talk about it, but I just want to point out more than one company. There's way more than just Tesla. And the problem with Elon is like he doesn't care about people, and he tries to buy off the government so that we don't look into the damage that his vehicles and company does. So, for example, this came out today. Tesla accused of killing family plus their dog by steering vehicle head on into oncoming semi-truck. This is horrifying. I agree. And the basic gist they're going to make here is that Tesla falsely advertises the ability of their products, which is something they've done for quite a long time. You also have this. Elon Musk teases extreme performance Tesla Roadster, says safety is, quote, not the main goal. And that's always been for Elon Musk and Tesla. Basically, their main goal is to pump up the stock. And when they put out a product, cut corners, right, to keep the cost down and charge you a bunch of money for overvalued junk, basically what it ends up being. And there's just so much more value you can get in other company stuff. You also have this. They promise you robotaxis, but it says Tesla has an issue with its Cybercab trademark thanks to a comical error from the company. So I guess another company has a trademark on that. So not only do you have NVIDIA now basically getting into the autonomous car space, you got Boston Dynamics and Hyundai, and it's quite interesting. Hyundai really put their branding on Boston Dynamics at CES here. Take a look at this.
So as you can see, Atlas really does stand up the way that we show in our videos online. And we get tons of questions about this. Zach, while we have everyone here, do you want to provide a little bit of insight into how we made that decision?
I mean, it's pretty simple. Atlas doesn't have to move like a person does, and we're looking for the most stable, efficient way to get up, and it turns out this is it.
The other question we get all the time is how Atlas is moving. How is Atlas moving today?
So in normal operation, Atlas is fully autonomous on a job site, but today, Sarvesh, one of our FAEs, is piloting Atlas on the stage, giving it really simple instructions like forwards and backwards, just to keep things simple. This is Atlas's first time in public, and as you can see, its walk is pretty natural and pretty smooth. We've partnered with our sister organization, the Robotics and AI Institute, to push the limits on natural walking just for this performance. And I think we've done something really special. We've also been at this robotics thing for a while, and we've learned that there's more to it than just copying nature. We can pick the best parts of what nature has to offer and do better in others. So as you can see, Atlas here has joints that can move 300.
So yeah, and they're going to say joints that move 360 degrees. I wouldn't bet against Boston Dynamics or Hyundai in the robotic space. And also there's a whole bunch of Chinese companies that are going to get in this space as well. Let me show you more of what Hyundai's got planned. This is their video that they put out from the CES in Las Vegas. This is to show you the environment and also the lines. I mean, people are interested in this stuff. You can see people are lining up, you know. And when you go to these kind of stuff, they have the stuff there. You can see it move around. To me, the tech looks real. It's very different than Elon Musk and stuff like that because they do robots show and stuff like that in China. And sometimes Elon Musk and Tesla will show up there, but they'll literally just have the robot sitting in a glass case, won't be moving at all. Whereas everyone else has got their robots, you know, doing demos. Boston Dynamics, they got the dog robots, they got the human robots, and that's like the older designs. I think this stuff is real. Again, it's always still going to be on cost, but in terms of like design, like say a robotic arm, it doesn't have to be a human, right? Like this arm thing for boxes. I mean, I'm sure that's where we're going to go. They have these really cool like little cart thingies there. I think probably Amazon warehouses would use that kind of stuff. Just ways of moving stuff around. Now, I also want to be practical with you guys. I know these are sensitive topics because some of these things will ultimately replace human jobs. I'm just being honest with you about that stuff. So people will certainly, you know, give pushback on that. And I always tell you the truth on that stuff. But I do think there's going to be some uses. I like how they're doing it with, you know, connecting it to people to keep people involved because the whole exoskeleton thing could be a thing. But, you know, in some situations, like I'll just give you an example, like when you see these kind of robot cars, yeah, there may be uses for, say, deliveries and stuff like that. I could totally see that kind of thing where you maybe have a UPS driver load up a truck and then the drones or whatever go out. Why not? And then that's sort of ways to move cars. I think it's pretty clever. I mean, yeah, you can see right there. The tech is pretty cool. And I've seen this stuff before. We went to an auto show here in Korea in Busan, and we saw a lot of this, you know, Hyundai stuff or Kia stuff. And I always say the same thing, guys. Like these are real companies. They got real stuff. And they acquired Boston Dynamics, if you don't know. So that's why the Hyundai branding is everywhere. Usually they don't brand so strongly, but I guess they decided to do it this year. I also want to show you a bit of Honda and what they're up to. Let's take a look.
The cabin space, Afira challenges the traditional concept of in-cabin entertainment, creating content design to move you. Through collaboration with diverse partners, Afira brings you movies.
Now, I'll be frank with you guys. This was like a Honda and Sony thing, and their presentation wasn't that good. I mean, Frank, I'm just showing you a bit. It was kind of weird because they kept focusing on like movies and games and entertainment, which in my opinion was kind of strange to talk with a car. I don't know how many people really want to play games and watch movies in their car, but that's kind of the angle they're taking. Watch a little bit more. You'll see what I'm saying.
Can extend beyond the living room in ways that feel natural and useful for gaming fans. We hope players will enjoy the new way to access some of the best games this generation has to offer, including Astrobot, God of War Ragnarok, and Ghost of Yotei. And 2026 will be one of the best years yet for players, with highly anticipated games like Resident Evil Requiem, marathon.
Yeah, and I like games, but I just thought it was strange that they were combining like, hey, we got this partnership and like games and stream media in the car. Um, I wouldn't necessarily bet against Honda or Toyota. I think they're great and reliable cars. They have been for years, but I'm just showing you, what I'm seeing here. They call this thing the Feely. I don't know. I was not feeling it, even though I called it the Fila. Take a look at just take a look for yourself.
You'll experience even more customers across the US. We anticipate the start of delivery to customers in California late this year. For the Japanese market, we plan to begin deliveries in the first half of 2027. But there's more to tell you. The way we are fusing diverse technologies to deliver a completely novel mobility experience is not limited to a single model.
So that's kind of what they were going for. They're calling it, mobility, integrating technologies. I don't mind the designs of these things, actually, and I'd be curious your thoughts, but I don't know. The presentation, they were really focused on the games, entertainment stuff, and I just thought that was a weird thing to go with, but that's them. I'm actually curious how Toyota's going to come out as well. I wouldn't bet against either of these. And I also wouldn't bet against the German brands. They're going to come out with cool stuff as well. I like to look at all the stuff, and I also want to mention Rivian. Every now and then someone in the community says, like, I'm going to buy a Rivian and stuff like that. I've heard good things about them, but I think Rivian's problem is they can't produce enough of those things. It's tough, right? Car manufacturing is not an easy thing to do. And then you talk about what Tesla's going on, because I want to talk a bit about this, how Tesla's completely failing. This is Elon Musk, right? AI. The mother of one of Elon Musk's children says his AI bot won't stop creating images of her, right? Right? Basically, how you want to put it. I'll just say this. When you take someone's real photo and manipulate it in a way that creates adult content, not cool. And that's something that Elon's like, I'm a free speech person. You can, do children or anything that you want. And seriously, it's been a problem with children and that kind of image, that kind of content. UK government urges Elon Musk to address, quote, appalling Grok AI deepfakes. And then you're going to get in the issues of, if, Elon Musk, he thinks it's fine if you make fake videos of, and you can even fake people's voice these days, basically just putting out whatever crap out there that you want. And, it can be very, very harmful to society if you just like fake stuff. I hope you guys understand the seriousness of these things. Any number of stuff, one is like people feel like they feel the phrase that I've been hearing. Women will say, I feel violated if you, use my image to, manipulate and to have me doing stuff I didn't do, that kind of stuff. But it could be used for any number of things, not just the, not safe work kind of content. I'll just give you a simple one. Like you could make a fake broadcast of a news program and make it seem like there's an event happening that didn't happen. That was actually in CNBC News today. I saw that they, I guess, on Elon Musk's platform, there's all these fake videos out there regarding what's going on Venezuela. So do be careful out there with the stuff that you see, because AI, it is getting, more realistic. Despite all these crazy things, Elon Musk is still raising money. Elon Musk XAI raises $20 billion in new round of funding. So basically he's getting out of Tesla and trying to do that. It's also interesting as well, because I was kind of curious what was going on with his restaurant thing. Tesla's diner went from viral sensation to empty pits stop in 6 months. So basically, I read through this. I guess it was, kind of cool in the beginning because it was something new, and, people who are influencers or whatever, the Tesla fanboys, fangirls, they go to the initial parties. But then after that, I guess now there's like more staff than customers. Kind of the hype has died down. Costs are too much. If you don't have a Tesla car, it's not really great to go there. It's not great. I mean, you can read it. It says, early feedback leaned heavily positive, driven by hype and novelty. More recent reviews tell a different story. Common complaints include slow service, higher prices, limited parking for non-Tesla owners, and lack of anything that generally feels futuristic. So someone wrote his was a huge disappointment, etc. But this is kind of what all of Tesla and Elon Musk are, right? The Tesla diner was always more about brand than food. That alone is not a problem. The issue is execution. Once the buzz faded, the diner needed to stand on its own, and it's struggling to do so. It's not affordable enough to compete with classic diners, and not constantly innovative enough to justify its promises, and not welcoming enough to visitors outside the Tesla ecosystem. And then you got, Elon Musk problem where people just don't like him. And that's kind of where we're at. And that's why I always tell you guys, like, other companies are for real, right? Hyundai, NVIDIA executives meet at CES 2026 to broaden self-driving alliance. I wouldn't bet against Hyundai. Wouldn't get a bet against NVIDIA. BYD's coming on strong, and there's going to be more competitors out there. I always want to make it clear. I'm not just like say, hey, you have to buy any particular brand. I think there's a lot of brands out there, and the main point is that it's clear, like at CES when Tesla's not even there, they got nothing compared to what other stuff. And it comes to robots, I would, if you want to look at, say, Boston Dynamics, I think they're a pretty good horse, but there'll be a lot of stuff coming out of China. It may come a lot cheaper. And then you got a real fight on your hands in terms of the robotics and autonomous industry. So that's my thoughts. I'd like to hear yours, and I'll catch you on the next video.